Hey guys, I'm back for another Teen Mom Family Reunion, and as usual, I'm using Philo to watch the show. If you, like me, want to watch Teen Mom Family Reunion or just other shows on MTV, TLC, WeTV, OWN Network, etc., make sure to sign up for Philo. I've got an affiliate link in the description box to hook you guys up with a free 7-day free trial, or you can go ahead and get the full-blown membership. They've got over 70 channels, and it's really convenient. So let's get into this recap, shall we? There are a lot of new arrivals for this episode. First of all, we had Brianna and Kiaya enter the home, and they were super duper obnoxious. I put it on mute as they were running around screaming, like, banging bells or whatever it was that they were doing. Like, it was a little bit too much for me. Leah was supposed to join them at the same time, but she missed her flight, so she will be coming at a later time. And then when Brianna talks about where she's at in her life and how, although she's not in a relationship for this couples trip, she wants to spend her time bettering herself and understanding like why her relationships never really work out. And so we get a montage of all of her failed relationships, and there was one relationship that was noticeably absent, which was her relationship with Kale's ex-husband, Javi Marroquin, which I found to be rather interesting. Why do you guys think he was left out of that montage? They featured Devoyne, they featured Javi 2.0, they featured Lewis, but they never featured that Javi. In fact, they even featured that old, sorry, I was going to say old man, but like, he's not that old, but in comparison to Brie, he looked like someone that could be her father, to be honest with you. That random security guard who got fired from the show, but then appeared as talent with her. Like, they featured him too, but not Javi. Come on, like, he went to wipe her ass in Miami. Like, give him a feature. When it comes to Kiaya and what she's looking to get out of this retreat, she says that she just wants to find inner peace. She's been doing a lot of grieving. I know she lost her dad long ago, but she's still grappling with that. And she's also still grappling with the end of her relationship with Tiaja, which, was very complicated from what we were able to see on Young and Pregnant and the last season of Family Reunions as well. So when they played the throwback clips from TMFR, I was thinking, like, I loved that season. That was amazing. The mother-daughter stuff was incredible. And I love Kiaya's mom. And Big Gulp Christie was a riot as well. Now that the girls are settled into the house, it's time for everybody to go out and have some fun on the beach with some jet skis. And so seeing the way the girls were so terrified as the men were driving too quickly on these jet skis, it was so relatable. I had the same experience when I was in Greece the other year. I thought that I was going to flip over the jet ski and just drown or something. Like, I hate that. Like, if I were riding the jet ski and controlling it myself, I would have gone a nice leisurely 10 kilometers an hour, 20 max. But like, guys are like, wah! It's too damn much. So Kiaya, she comes a little bit later and she's super excited about trying the jet skis. This is going to be her first time, but unfortunately she went a little bit too quickly, and it seems as though like she hit her neck or her head on the handlebars, like when a big wave swept her up. And she's just feeling terribly. Like, they lift her to a chair and she just can hardly move and like concentrate and everything like that. So a lot of people, myself included, initially thought that she had a concussion or something like that. So they rushed her to the hospital as quickly as possible. And, as they rushed her off, they put her in a neck brace just for precautionary reasons, which I thought was amazing. One thing that was really interesting that stuck out to me in this scene was the fact that like Kiaya, she's getting pulled off in this stretcher and put into this ambulance. And Brianna, the one who invited her on this trip, is kind of just sitting there on her lounger like, oh, like, does she have her purse? Is she good? What? Meanwhile, Cheyenne is like, okay, well, let me get in the ambulance and go with her to the hospital. I felt like that was in poor form for Brianna to like not step up to take her friend who she invited to this trip to the hospital. That wasn't cool at all. So after accompanying Kiaya to the hospital, Cheyenne returns to the villa and she tells everybody that the reason that she's returning is because there's like a strictness to who can be in that hospital room with Kiaya. And so the doctor that accompanied them from the United States is the only other person who's able to go there. And, all I could think was, damn, like, I didn't really even think about the behind the scenes people outside of producers and camera people. But now to know that there was like a medical doctor that was brought over from the US to this trip to be on standby just in case anything were to go down, like, wow, what a nice, sweet deal, right? A sweet free vacation like that. Sure. Why not? Like, it's not like they're needing to go to the hospital all the time. It's probably a once or twice thing. So like, you're on this wonderful vacation, like, free pretty much. Like, that's incredible. And Cheyenne also let the gang know that Kiaya was going to be doing x-rays and whatnot, and additional checkups, but like from what she saw, she was doing pretty okay. She was walking around and everything like that. Much different from the way she appeared on the beach, which was like really, really terrible. I was so nervous for her. We get a little bit of calm in the villa at this point now, and then Kayla's baby daddy sits down next to Tyler, and he tells Tyler that he is scared that he and Kayla will break up when the baby gets here, because that's been her pattern, right? Like, this is going to be her third baby daddy, and he saw that with the first two baby daddies, it did not work out, so he's scared. And I just feel like he sounds so dumb because he cheated on her. So, like, if you're scared of a breakup, then why are you cheating? Because cheating is typically grounds for a breakup. You know, he's like, when I have a baby, I want to be married. Well, why didn't you think of that first? Why didn't you like get married before deciding to knock her up? You know what I mean? That way you could be sure of things and be very concrete and not be like, oh, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? It's just so ass backwards and counterintuitive, in my opinion. Their conversation is cut short when Tyler is notified that it's time for he and Caitlin to do their therapy work. So in therapy, they are focusing on the inner child this session. And Kate says that, like, when she looks at her inner child, she feels as though her mom does not love her. And then on Tyler's end, he is struggling with his bipolar diagnosis. He just can't come to grips with like accepting that he has bipolar disorder. And Kate suggests that he starts taking medication in order to treat it. And he's like, yeah, like, but I still can't come to terms with the fact that I have this and that I need to take medication. And I'm scared that medication will change me as a person, my personality and everything like that, which I do think is rather understandable. But I hope that he does find a way to come to terms with it and to treat it. But it seems like he's managing very well, for the record. Like, I would have never known, to be honest with you guys. I forgot that that was even a thing until it was mentioned on this episode. So meanwhile, Leah Messer, who missed her flight earlier, she finally arrives at the villa and she confirms to Cheyenne that she's still single. So at this point, it's been about a year since her breakup with Jalen, which, you know, it feels like much longer than that to me in my head, but I don't know why. So she says that she's still like single, laying low, which I think is a good idea for Leah, because a problem that she always had was that she was always out from the frying pan into the fire with every relationship. Or do they call that monkey branching, monkey bars? She was doing that a lot. So I think it's good that she's taken like a year at that time, which I think is 1.5 to 2 years now between them filming and us watching it. So, you know, good for her. I am happy for her. Like, listen, you're still young, you're still hot. Like, take your time. Like, you know, do whatever you want to do some personal growth, do some more, I don't know, one-on-one time with yourself, with your kids, with the rest of your family, with your friends, and then worry about that. But, you know, I'm happy for her, to be honest with you. Kiaya comes back from the hospital, by the way. She gets an ambulance escort back, and she has that neck brace on again, and it is on so high. And I love how she had a sense of humor about it. She's like, I know they're going to clown me. This looks so silly. And it was true. Like, as soon as she came in, everybody was just laughing, but not at her, but with her. But, you know, like, oh, that's so funny. But, like, it was cute as well. And you know what was so funny? She starts like twerking. She's like, don't worry, this neck brace is not going to stop me. It's not going to keep me down. So she starts shaking her ass, throwing it back in a circle. And then she says, my neck broke, but this ass ain't. She's so funny. I really like her personality. I always enjoyed her and Tiaza on Young and Pregnant. I thought they were really lovely. So, you know, it's nice to see more of her. Now, Leah, by the way, I forgot to mention this about Leah, but she's got her hair like this chestnut brown color. And I think it looks so, so good on her. I think it really brings out her eyes and everything like that. Like, I love it. I feel like she found her look and she looks amazing. Now, speaking of Leah, she was stressing me out with her need to be in the water when she got drunk. Like, she got like, you know, sometimes this happens when you're just having too much fun, or maybe you're drinking cocktails where you forget that there's alcohol in it. And I did see that they were doing shots, so that could have done it, but like, she had a few too many. So she and Caitlin go out into the water, and like, at first it was okay. Like, you know, of course, like, people were stressed out because it was pitch black out at night. But like, they were safe at first, but they kept going further and further. And then, of course, on top of that, you know that they're drunk. And then the waves are really harsh at night. And then someone from security comes to say that they need to come closer because there is an undercurrent that could sweep them away. But they were being a bit obnoxious and refusing to come back. And I was like, oh, that's the worst when people get to this level of drug. Damn it. Like, someone just come out there and drag them back in. It's not safe, you know? And then when you're drunk, it's like, it's really hard, honestly, to like have the energy to keep swimming because you're so like exhausted and dehydrated already and whatnot. So they were ignoring these, but then eventually they did come back. But then when they come back, Leah jumps right into the pool in the home, and then she comes out and she slips as she's coming out. And I'm like, oh my God, do not fall and hit your head. Oh my God, oh my God. Like, she was making me so nervous. Thankfully, she did not fall. She did not hit her head, but she just kept on wandering around the home, like very, like, drunk and belligerent with a little bit of an antichrist attitude. Just kidding. But she was very drunk and belligerent, and it was getting annoying to people. And so they're like, Leah, just go to bed. Like, you're drunk. I don't want you to make yourself look stupid. Like, go to bed. And then I don't know if she's the one who said this or if Kayla's the one that said this. But I think maybe she told Kayla, then Kayla told Kiaya, or maybe Kayla just told Kiaya this. But a message was relayed to Kiaya, which was, let's all go to bed so that Leah can go to bed. She's not going to go to bed unless everybody's gone to bed. And then Kiaya gets really pissed off. She's like, I'm a grown-ass woman. You're not going to tell me what to do, which, again, I understand. Like, just because you can't handle your booze or your liquor or whatever doesn't mean I have to go to bed if I don't want to go to bed, So, like, that causes a big issue between the two of them. So it's going to be interesting to see the way that Kiaya and Leah work through this moving forward, But basically, the episode ends there nonetheless. And so, guys, again, to be honest, this episode wasn't as interesting as last week's episode. I feel like because last week they were doing a lot of really interesting and culturally immersive activities, whereas this week, it was just them at the beach and whatnot, and then the arrival of the 3 girlies. But hopefully it kind of continues to amp up. I think we're going to be digging a little bit further into the dynamics between Caitlin and Tyler. I would love to see more work between Zach and Cheyenne, like the resentment that they've got there. And I kind of want to see more of Mackenzie and her emergency black boyfriend. I don't think he had a single line this entire episode. So let's see how that goes. Oh, and then in the preview, I saw that Taylor was going to be begging for a ring from Corey. Girls, like, I can't sometimes with some of my sistrins. Like, what are you doing begging for a ring from a man that you had 2 kids for? Like, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I say the same thing every week. So every time this type of subject comes up. So if you've been following my channel for a long time, you already know what I'm gonna say when that episode pops up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. And don't miss out on that recap, because oh my God, I can't. Like, I cannot. Anyway, again, a shout out to Philo for being an advertising partner to my channel. And if you guys want to watch Teen Mom Family Reunion, Love After Lockup, Jersey Shore, Lifetime documentaries, and more, make sure to sign up for Philo. I've got an affiliate link in the description box down below that you can use to get a free trial or to just sign up in general. But in the meantime, let me know what you thought about this episode as well in the comment section. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.